Hey everybody, welcome back. Mike from Spectre Comics. Today I'm going to talk about color swapping or changing the color of an object using Photoshop. Now I'm going to talk about two different methods of doing this. The first method applies to drawings that are in a layered Photoshop document, so it's going to have different colors on different layers isolated, and just being able to simply swap out a color on a specific layer. The second method I'm going to talk about is taking a single layered photograph, selecting an area, isolating an area, and then adjusting the color on that to become a different color. So let's look at an example of the Photoshop document. So I did a video drawing Greedo and painting Greedo from Star Wars a couple of weeks ago. So we're going to use that drawing as an example, and you'll notice here there's a lot of different layers and each of the colors is on a different layer. Now when you look at even the shadows and highlights on this drawing, those are also on their own layers, and that's a good thing, because if they were meshed into one single layer, if I selected any of these items individually, it would also grab the other colors, and then it would make it look odd when I swapped the color out. So let's isolate something like Greedo's jacket here that's under his vest. He's got a green jacket, and if I select the layer that the green jacket is on, I can isolate that, and I can use the magic wand tool to simply select the green jacket. Now you'll notice that everywhere that color was on the layer has highlighted now. Now if I was to select contiguous in this checkbox, it would only grab things that are isolated and not connected. So let's remove that, and I can show you the example using the magic wand tool. Now if I select the green jacket on this right arm, it only selects the right arm, and I'll have to go and using the addition of the magic wand to go ahead and select each area individually. But because I want to change all of the items, I'm going to actually uncheck contiguous on the magic wand, select the arm, and now all of the green in all of the jacket gets highlighted at the same time. So what I want to simply do now is I'm going to take that green layer, I'm going to go ahead and select a different color. So let's select red since it's highlighted here. Let's pick a deep red, and then I can go in with the paint bucket tool and simply swap the color out. So now he's wearing a red jacket. Now the shadows and highlights that I drew actually are variations of green, so that's why the shadows and highlights look a little odd here, because I've got a green shadow. So the other method I want to talk about is actually using a single layered photograph and isolating a specific object in that photograph and changing the color of it. So let's use this photograph of me and my wife at Disneyland at Galaxy's Edge, and let's say I want to change the color of my shirt. Right here I'm wearing a blue shirt, but let's say I want to change the color of that shirt to something else. So the photograph's on a single layer. I'm going to actually go ahead and duplicate that layer by right-clicking, hit duplicate layer, and now I have two layers. And the reason I do this is because if I make a mistake or if I change something and I can't change it back, I still have the original preserved underneath. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the original layer, and I'm going to focus on the duplicate layer. So if we zoom into my shirt here, I'm going to go ahead and select the polygonal marquee, and I'm going to just speed through this so that it would take me too long. But I'm going to use precision and kind of click around the shirt and isolate it from the rest of the image, the background. Now if I was to go ahead and select with the magic wand, it wouldn't select my entire shirt because it's going to look for objects of the same color, and thus it would grab things that it wouldn't grab the whole image. So if there was part of my shirt was in light and that's the area I selected, it would only select items in that area that were in that same range of lightness in the same color. So I have to go ahead and use the polygonal marquee tool in order to isolate the shirt. So I'm not right on the edge, but you get the idea. So if I was doing this for real, I would take my time and get every little edge as tight as I could, so there would be no gaps between my shirt and whatever background or my hand here. Okay, so now I've isolated my shirt. So now that I've isolated my shirt, I'm going to go ahead and go to enhance, and I'm going to adjust the color here. And I'm going to select hue, adjust hue and saturation. And it's going to bring up this dialog box, and you'll notice there's a bunch of sliders here. And by changing the hue, I can change the actual color of my shirt. So if I slide it towards the right side, I'm going to get into the purples and the reds. And if I slide it to the left, I'm going to go into the green range and then back to reds and browns here. Now, another thing you can do if you don't get the exact color you want in that slider, so let's actually change my shirt to a purple color. I can increase the saturation by sliding the saturation up or down, and I can move my shirt more into a purple tone. So let's kind of like see what that looks like. So now I'm wearing a purple shirt instead of a blue shirt. If I go back to the original image, see me wearing blue, now I'm wearing purple. So that's just a quick way to isolate and change the color of an object using Photoshop in a photograph. So that is it for this video. Hope you found it helpful. That is 2 methods for quickly changing colors. 1 on a photograph, that's a single layer, and 2 on a Photoshop document where colors are isolated on different layers. If you have any questions, put those in the comment section below. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time, and have a great day.